Okay, so we're going to pick up where we left off in Prison Architect. We are playing the Permadeath Warden mode. For those who have dropped in since we started, basically what this means is normally when you're playing Prison Architect, you're kind of like standing above, looking down at it, safely away from the prisoners, where you can build your prison in peace. But we're doing Warden mode, so we're down there with the prisoners, running through the prison, where I had to get close enough to the buildings to actually build them, which means also, if we do trigger, for example, a riot, I have to get close enough to the riot to tell the guards, that's where I need you, which means I can only be so safe. We're also doing a permadeath, so if I ever do that and I get too close and one of the prisoners decides to unmake me and make me do the die, then the prison's over. Game over, it's gone, it's over. Anyways, we're going to get back to it. Where we've left off, we have over here, I've got, my canines are definitely finding a tunnel here, but I have searched this block, I cannot tell you how many times, and so far, not been able to unveil the tunnel. We have been expanding. Our prison is now up to 96 prisoners capacity. And I believe I've got just about one of every room built. We just got our forestry here, actually, here. I need to go forestry. Where are you at? You're down here somewhere. Why am I not finding you? Where are you, forestry? Why am I not seeing you? I just had you here a minute ago. And I know someone's in there staring at it the whole time. It's like, it's right there. Here, we'll just do this. So I believe I can now hire people to work the forestry to make me more money. I like money. All right. So I still need to build an armory. So that'll be kind of the next big move we make. And we got another cell block here that's ready to rock and roll. Oh, right. I just forgot. Give me one moment. I need to save this and reload it. Our fog of war is broken. This is a bug that just happens sometimes in Warden mode when you have fog of war on. It just doesn't update where the fog of war is. And it's easy to fix. All you have to do is reload the game. Like, you just save and reload and you're good. But as you'll notice, like, I can't see over here. But you noticed earlier I was like in the gray over there because wherever it broke, that wasn't in line of sight when it broke. That said, what I'm going to go ahead and do is I'm going to lock that door closed again. Same with that. We're going to start expanding the prison into this area. And before I do that, though, let's run and go check on our power. Because we have been slowly moving over to renewable power. So this is still at just about over half load. But the goal I'm currently working on is getting us fully onto renewable power. I have no idea how to tell what scope my place can manage. I mean, it seems to be powering up pretty fast. Alright. Yeah, so we did set up so the prisoners can go in here and get deliveries. Why is the server gone from here, too? Alright, that's fine. Let's go connect that. Let's go into our little side tunnels where we're relatively safe. No, I can't see it from there. So this is where I have to like take risks where I'm cutting across those doors, so if I do cut across and there happens to be a prisoner there who doesn't like me. There we go. That way the guards in the security room can open and close that door for deliveries and all that. Oh, we can also go rooms. And we can go delivery. Take this section up. That section down. Expand our delivery room slightly. And I'm okay doing that as well because we have closed off the entire perimeter for the time being. We're getting pretty close to time. I am going to need to expand into a new tile like over here. But we're not quite there yet. Alright. Yeah, so I need to get the armory built because I need to, for one of my grants, I need to get 2 armed guards running around. One thing we have done in the prison recently is I massively expanded our security force. Okay. So how do I want to do the power here? I could just literally cut across here and not care about it. All right. Yeah, so we talked about earlier seeing if I can't make this into one big space. So you're 5 by 13. Then go 5 by 13 there. What I'm trying to do is I'm trying to make it so when it fills this in, that it considers it one building. Because right now, all these other ones, I'll show you in just a second. Let me just go ahead and get the door here. But when we look at these, if I actually tell it to search a block, you'll notice it's searching just that cell. Because it's considering each one of their cells its own block. So I'm hoping that by building it this way, first kind of thing, we'll be able to alleviate that. I'll worry about all utilities and all that later. Okay, you finally found this tunnel. That's not the tunnel you've been seeing before. Oh my god, just find the tunnel. Please. I know for a fact there's a tunnel there. I just need you to find it. Like, I don't think it's getting expanded. I think maybe there was a prisoner working on it and they got released or something. Because the fact that it hasn't gotten out and we haven't found it yet just tells me that something's being finicky about it. But the only reason I want it gone is it keeps basically kind of false positiving, make me go back and be like, is this going? Because I have to fill in the tunnels when they find them. I'm trying to think if there's another way to reveal it. Here's a question. Maybe this will do it. We're going to try something cheeky. I'm going to put a toilet over where we definitely know where the toilet or the tunnel is, and then have to take the toilet out, because that is the thing that you can do is if there's stuff underneath, a lot of times they reveal it. But usually it's one of the endpoints, so I don't know if this will work. Alright, so we've installed the toilet. And let's see what happens if they take it back out. Hey, that's one way to find it. Normally I wouldn't do that kind of thing, but we have searched that place so much, and that false positive is really throwing me off. I mean, it's not a false positive. But the fact that it's catching it that way without actually finding the tunnel. Sorry, that came out of nowhere. My apologies. Okay, so now let's try adding in all the rooms and see what happens. I'm using glass so I can see in there. Alright. So we got the power routed through here. Yeah, I'll run this out here. Need to be getting back to safety soon. Alright. So let's see how that goes. That should take us over 100 prisoners, which should be enough to finish our next grant. Which would be good times. In the meantime, we can go up here and say, I would like this to be grass. Alright. Okay, so got that all set up. Why are you damaging all of my metal detectors? Those are expensive. Alright, we got 10 prisoners up for parole. It's probably time I actually increase the number of parole sessions I have. Which is a good problem to have. I think that's the maximum I could do without building another parole room. I hate the way it does that. Alright. We get a whole bunch of people in queue for a whole lot of things. We are trying our best to fit everything in there we can. Yeah, time for more parole officers? Pretty much. I still have no way to gauge how many of these I should have. I'm just kind of, every time I hook up another area. Power production. Oh. Power production is 4,000 units, of which I'm producing 3,700 more than I need. Okay, maybe I don't need that many. Mayhaps that be slightly overkill. Alright, Alright, so we got deployment here. Got deployment there. Alright, so it sort of worked. I made the top half into place. I wish I could tell it, like, what was not part of the block and what was. I feel like there is a system to do that now I think about it. I don't think it was a mod. Was it logistics? Hmm. Custom sector. Yeah, I vaguely remember there was somewhere in here that you could combine space, but I don't remember. It maybe as a mod? I don't think I've ever modded Prison Architect, but I remember that being a thing. Your high levels of contraband in the prison. So many prisoners are up for parole. Got people who need medical attention. Make sure I'm not missing staff members. Now we're good there. Alright, I still need to go wiring. Okay, and this is about time that I build another CCTV camera system. Alright. Got lights for that. Got lights for that. Cool. They have lights for all that stuff. I still need to get more lights in here for, like, actually being in the space. But that's fine. And the reason we're installing so many lights is just that way I can see what's going on as I run through the area. Helps me see when there's a problem going on, so if I gotta call guards over or whatever, I can do so. Only 3 more prison cells and that'll be another grant done. Why do I have an icon for prisoner up here? As if we just received new prisoners or something. Oh, am I just now getting the delivery of prisoners for the day because everything was so backed up? That's concerning. Building too much too fast. All right. "29 prisoners are shackled in their cells or in solitary confinement." We definitely need to expand our solitary confinement because that is way too many to wait on. Someplace over here I can shove a couple solitary confinement cells. They don't take much space. Let's go to quick build, solitary. That'll be 4 more solitary confinement right there. Is there another spot with a bunch of open space I can put to use? Alright, not yet. We'll probably have some over by security. Or not security, by the armory when we get in place. Alright. I mean, I could put a bunch along the back of the classroom as well. Over here as well. How would that look? That's not exactly what I wanted, but that's fine. Alright. And I'll put a little spot of flowers in the middle. Alright. So we got ourselves 8 new solitary confinement cells popping in here to help deal with that mess. Because waiting for like 20-something people to get into solitary confinement with only 4 cells, I'm like, oh, they're going to get real mad. Huh. You say you spot a tunnel here. That could be a false positive. If the canines get too tired, they will false positive. But usually all I have to do is watch for like a bunch of canines to trigger in the same general area, and then you know you definitely have something. Alright, so let's go check on security over here. And get that going down here. Alright. And honestly, once this is built, I'm going to just do the copy-paste thing. I haven't been doing it. I probably should have been doing it this whole time. Alright. Are those cameras already wired up? Nope, but they will be. Alright, so got that. Grab the water pipe next. Oh, our grant finished, so that's good. Okay. So part of our wall got destroyed. My assumption would be the exterior wall way out here. Alright. Hey, journal page. I remember way back collecting all those journal pages. Yeah, so what we're doing is somewhere a wall collapsed. There it is. We just need to rebuild it. And this is why I have more than one layer of wall for this place. Is just to prevent that problem. There are no canteens accessible to that. There should be. Grants. There we go. And 200 prisoners is the next bottleneck, or the next benchmark. I have so many prisoners waiting for solitary confinement. Yeah, no canteen available. That is not an anticipated thing. I'll probably have to put a canteen back here somewhere. Like, actually, I will put a canteen in this cell block. Goose Game's like, oh, thank goodness. The Diablo 4 can't find me here. Yeah. Like, don't get me wrong. Diablo 4 looks like a good game. A lot of people seem to be having a great time with it. But I do understand it's not everyone's cup of tea. And with how many people are playing it right now, it's a little difficult for those who want something that isn't Diablo 4. Like, or even if you do plan on playing it, like, you know, you may not want to spoil it so you have a chance to play it yourself. Why can't you reach a canteen? Why can none of you reach a canteen? There's a canteen just over here. It should be able to facilitate you. Like, those cells shouldn't be accessible if they can't. If you're talking to a streamer playing it, even some that I haven't seen stream in years, they're just like, hey, yep. Alright. So, we're gonna need a canteen. And a kitchen over here. I'll put another door on it like we did before. The kitchen we can put up here. What was the last room I wanted to build? It was the armory. The armory is the last room I wanted to build. This is gonna be the back, so I'm not gonna worry about being kind of a funky pattern. That one surprised me. I can imagine there are people who are like action RPG streamers who, you know, they decide they didn't want to do the grind anymore. Because that's a category that can be tough to be in. Alright, so they're done banning my workout benches at the yard, which is only annoying because it's like, I need to get workout benches for the yard. And then I put them in, and that was the exact moment they're like, oh, you're not allowed to have those anymore. Like, thanks, game. Alright. Now we're trying our best to just... do this real fast. Alright, so got all this. I can't finish that spot till we get there. Alright, that should help split up the canteens a little bit. Why is this all broken? Must have been another spot that collapsed that I didn't see. Slow down time again. Wait, not slow down time. Return time to normal. Paving stone along there. Because I can't have that. I'll go to run through thinking I'm safe and then suddenly get shanked by some prisoner as I'm just walking through their area. Alright, meanwhile, let's see if we can go here yet and go deployment. Alright, that's still not enclosed. They already got the utilities run? Yes, it did. You'll need that run over there. You'll want this running here. You'll want a water pipe running through here. And we'll put a sprinkler in there so that hopefully we won't have anything to worry about fires. That's an outdoor sprinkler. There, fire sprinkler. Oh, I can't put it in there yet. It's fine. That'll wire that up, that'll wire that up. I'll need a circle around the other side canteen. I hear tasers popping off, always a good sign. It's definitely a good sign when you're running around, all you hear is tasers just zapping again and again. Okay. Honestly, at this point, give me offshore tax haven. I've got the money. Let's lower our taxes. It is kind of a bummer that I can't go up to like one of the CCTV cameras and like tab through the cameras and get there. Like, don't like have it like we're revealed, like it just stays stationary, but like it just reveals the cone back and forth, so you can kind of like tab through your cameras real fast to see where everything's going on. Yeah, so it'll take them a while to get all this done. But that should get us a couple of armed guards here. I think 10 armed guards. I guess our second canteen. It does look like all these ones are like, we can't find a canteen. Figured it out. How is reform going? 38%. It's coming back down, which is good. But a big reason it was that bad was these max security prisons. All right. So the initial reoffending rate is 97, and they're still at 97. They are probably lifers. Okay. How are we doing on the gangs front? Not bad. The blue gang has a couple people. And as you can see, the blue gang has caused the most trouble. They got 165 points in misconduct. Red gang has basically done nothing, and the green gang has done a little bit. But you have no officers or whatever. So it doesn't look like the gangs are going to continue to grow. Eventually we'll end up having more higher rank gang members just over time. Yeah, it's just tired canines being tired. I'll have to get more soon. Okay. And give me just a moment. Alright, sorry about that. But that'll be another grant knocked out once we get there. Yep, I just did a hydrate. I'm going to count it. Might need a, our gardening people. The gardeners are do their best to try and keep the,
Take a sip. What's the worst that could happen?
Yeah, I still need to go through, and that's actually, I'm going to put that on my, the list of things I intend on getting done in the immediate future. Where are you? Not today. But over here, things get done. Decommission. Blurp. And I'll have to sit there and like come up with sound effects and all that. That I can get the actual files for and everything, and I will make those all local. That way I can get rid of the blurp extension, and I can also do stuff like for the bit redeem ones, I can run those locally. And then the added bonus of doing that with the bit redeem ones is then I'm not like I get to keep all the bits instead of splitting it with the extension dev, which is fine. Like we've been using them, and I'm more than happy that they get their cut while I'm using it. But I don't really need to use it. Since I'm using Firebot now, I can just hook it up and be done with it. Alright. Get to searching. Still disappointed I can't, with the windows, I can't see into the cell. Like that was kind of the whole point of putting those windows in. Yeah, it makes those cells technically nicer than the others. But the idea is I would be able to run by and see into like all the cells in the outer edge here. It just did not work out that way. Okay. How many max security prisoners are we up to? 6. If I get up to 8 again, then we'll give them their own cell block. Why are you just not getting done? Still waiting on a toilet, I guess? Gotcha. Oh, is that what happened? Nope, it's just decided to be weird about it. Okay. Alright. I'll convert one of these into a maximum security, like, kind of wing. And I like the idea of having it right by where our armed guards are, because what I could do is I'll probably have the armory here, and I'll probably go and put a watchtower in the area. And the entire idea behind that is some cheeky person tries to grab a weapon out of the armory or whatever, the sniper sitting directly outside will make sure they don't get very far. Because then I can make that the maximum security wing. That's not what I wanted to do. I was right-clicking to open the door. The right-click is to also cancel the build. It's fine. They'll get there. Just a matter of time. Am I missing any programs? Just solar deployment. What do I need for that? Because I totally forgot this even thing. Oh yeah, it's gonna build a training room down there as well. We also have the pantry to build. What do you require? Led by a foreman in the workshop. Every 4 prisoners requires. Okay, so it's the workshop. Fair enough. That should be over here. Down here, I believe. Yeah. Where is the solar thing? That should be enough for 12 prisoners. And then that should give it so we can literally have every... Here's the thing. Alright, so that's just waiting for that all to be built. Okay, so you finished the foundation there. Alright, someone's getting tased. Good. That's a sign that prison is just doing the prison things, I guess. Alright. I'll need 2 snipers. That way one can be up there and the other can be on break. Where are you going? That's fine. Alright, so we're making good progress in a lot of stuff. I'm about to get my armed guards. I don't think I'm going to have a huge number of armed guards in prison, because one of the downsides with armed guards is the more armed guards you have, they actually have a mood penalty they give all your prisoners. But what I tend to usually do with them is I'll get whatever the obvious exit points are, I'll put my armed guards there. And what I'll probably also do is if I make this the max security, like, wing or whatever, I'll put an armed guard in there. And then, like I said, I'll also have this guard tower. So if someone should pull anything off, they can't really get anywhere because they'll have to run out this way, and they'll be in the line of sight of the guard tower the whole time. But otherwise, at the moment, we're just kind of waiting. Alright, so we got all that going on there. We have way more than enough solar power going. Okay. The number of prisoners I have working in the forestry is absolutely absurd. Now, granted, even with that many, they can't really do anything because they're waiting for trees to grow. But that is a lot of prisoners. Prison's looking pretty nice. Just kind of waiting on this back wing to get finished being built. And I believe after this, I will have to expand into a new tile that we've finished what we can reasonably shove here. All right, so this one needed an extra door. Good deployment. Still not staff only. All right, let's run outside and see if I'm still missing some wall. Because this should say that it's an enclosed space. So let's do the whole round. All right, we're all good over here. I'm guessing they just haven't even done this wall yet. Yeah, that's a spot we saw before. It's already queued up for rebuilding. They're just not done it yet. I need to stop building stuff and let the workers catch up for a little while. I also probably just need a couple more workers, because one other thing that's happened is because I got like the workshop and the forestry and all those kind of things, the workers will lose a bunch of time that they were building stuff, running around, grabbing materials for that kind of stuff, and walking away. And financially, we're in really good shape so far as the rate we are paroling people back and forth and all that. I shouldn't have to worry too much. I'm also going to need 2 more cooks for that kitchen when it's done. I'm surprised I don't need another laundromat. As big as this prison has gotten? Okay. And the fire sprinkler. They're almost done with this room. Cool. So that means armed guards. We'll have 4 of them. And so I'm going to do in the meantime for the armed guards is they are going to have patrols, but they're going to be way out here. And the reason I'm putting them way out there is that way if a prisoner does manage to get out the door and all the way down to those edges, that the armed guard will most likely get them. Okay. So that means it's another grant done. Let's see. Carpentry apprenticeship. Produce 10 superior beds. Okay. Can do. All right. With that ridiculous power grid, I wonder what happens if I were to just plug it into the prison right now. So like this, disconnect the main power line and then plug the other one in. Let's see, how hard would it be for me to flip that back and forth? Okay, so there's multiple connection points here. So what we can do is, first of all, dismantle this utility line. It's not needed, it's redundant. I've got that line right there. I will want this line going out here. Now, once they build that, I could tear out this line, run all the way up there, and connect it from up there. Let's make sure it's a one tile gap up here real fast. All right. So when I want, I could connect that power and disconnect this power, and everything should just theoretically come online. I'll wait till that's connected, and I'll disconnect this one. Getting pushed around by people running through. Come on. So just basically waiting for them to get the power line done. They were doing a bunch of building on the far... I can just leave them with that. Because as long as we don't connect the other one... Because the problem is you can't have two power sources connect the same... Why don't you have water? Why does nobody have water? It dismantled the utilities. It dismantled the water utility, even though I didn't see it because it's selected on electrical. Okay, does the water pipe... Okay, the water pipe this time does not go through. So disconnect that power line. Please install that pipe. Thank you. I was like, the entire prison's water's down. I kind of need that done. We're still waiting on that. Ah, the number of prisoners who are paroling is just good news all around. All right. I don't know why you're not installing that yet. Let's get back to what we were doing, which is going to set up the deployment over here. Do you get that outside? No, this outside's still not enclosed. And that's not done either. Alright. We're just gonna give the workers a chance to catch up. It's fine. But the plan is simply going to be to disconnect this generator and hook up a ridiculous nonsense up here. Why are you just standing out here? You're gonna die waiting for solitary confinement. Okay, so I can handle 850 watts. This system can just... This can just handle a ridiculous amount more than that can. All right, it's gonna get real spicy here in a moment. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna wait till they get to the shower lockup phase. I'm gonna disconnect this line, connect the one up there, so that way their power will be out during sleep time, not during when they need to eat or work or anything. We'll go from there. And assuming we get everything on the renewable power and it works fine, then we'll turn around and probably just take this whole thing apart. Sorry. It's been sneaking up on me the whole time. Alright, it's right about to be showtime. Utilities, demand until utility. Pull that out. Power will drop, water will drop, everything will drop. Power is off. High priority on this power cable right here. Come on, workers. I got one cable for you that's maximum priority. I'd really like this power cable done. Preferably before the next day. Because if we get into the next day and that power cable's down, I do think a bunch of guards are going to get killed and possibly employees. Why are you not getting it done? It's not like we're waiting for the delivery. Right there. Oh, it's because you're getting stuck because the power's off on all these doors and everything. There we go. So power is online. And it didn't find any tunnels, which is always a good thing. So now, at night, I make 1,900 units of power, and we're only using about 900. Well, that's fantastic. Alright, so let's run down here. Assign a guard. Set up patrol. Stop. Alright, so one of my minimum security prisoners is actually a gang leader. And we got the outer perimeter set to staff only. Cool. So let's check our prisoners. Who is our problem? Actually, let's see. Are you actually a gang leader though? Okay, none of them have a gang officer still. That's all I care. As long as they don't have a gang officer, the gangs won't escalate too badly. Once you get gang officer, then it can get real rough real fast. All right. Okay, let's go flooring, grass. Oh no. They actually knew to set the flooring the way I want it. Okay, cool. All right. So I think I'm at the point where if I want to expand the prison again, realistically I gotta buy land. because I could expand down this way. I have... Oh, no, right. We went to do that, and it was like a couple tiles too short. So I think the thing we're doing now is we're going to expand to the north, or up, or whatever direction this is. The downside is that's where all our renewable power is. Do we just expand down? Maybe we just expand down. Because I want to build a bakery and that kind of stuff. Yeah, so I think what we do is expand down this way. It'll give us a chunk of space. Well, no, because I got all this junk in the way. It's like really no matter where I build it, it's going to be a kerfuffle. I could also build on the other side of the road, but then that's a whole thing in itself. Alright, there's not enough room for me to build another block behind here, I don't believe. Because what I'll probably want to do is on the other side of the road is I want to recreate a lot of the stuff that's here. So like I'd want to, you know, have new canteens and kitchens. I would probably want to have the other side of the road also have you know, have the like common room of its own, all that kind of stuff. Just because I want to minimize the number of prisoners running back and forth between the two sides. So I think what we even do, then we get to that point, is I'll put a wall here with another gate here. This area out here will be the employees only area, and then this will be kind of a shared, like even the prisoners will be allowed out here. You're still marked as they can't go in there, right? Yeah, okay. What I'm trying to do is decide what's happening with this large area for the time being. All right, let's see. Honestly, I could make the restaurant and all that work here. Yeah, I don't really like the way it looks though. How big's the bakery? Yeah, the same size. I was say it's like I could put it where it's like this sideways, and they can enter the secure area on the north and that. But I want it all the way on the road. That's just me being picky. And I know I can design my own, but I'm really lazy. With what we're doing in the Warden mode, I just keep expanding it this way. Alright. And the whole game lags for a moment. And the territory is larger. Let's see. That was easy. I already had everything I need to for that requirement. Overproduction. Okay. And we're disconnecting all this stuff in here because we're done with it. Why are you telling me 0 deaths today? Normally you only show that prompt if someone's died. But then you say 0 deaths. which I find somewhat confusing. It's like an everything's okay alarm. You're kind of like, why are you telling me? Oh, we do have... Right, rather than fight with this skin, we'll do one search the cell block, and if they don't find it, we'll do the thing where we plunk a toilet. Ooh. Got some distance on that tunnel. All right. Do I already have another grant done? No. Okay. This is where it's going to get expensive. We're going to start expanding over there. Hey, Infinity Simplex, how's it going? What do the money quotes in the to-do mean? Are those cost penalties we have to pay? The money quotes in the to-do. Oh no, that's what it will be paid for doing it. So if I lower the reoffending rate to below 30%, I'm gonna get paid $25,000 for effectively bringing my prison up to that. So that's when you play Prison Architect, a lot of your money, especially early on, will come from grants. So basically, you're saying I want to take on this mission or whatever you want to say. But there is a limited number that you will finish, and then they're done. 2 people died today. One of them was a guard. I don't like that. They had dog handlers that are not around anymore. I don't like that either. So this is meant to be a training room. We need an office chair. Or an office desk. We need a chair to go with it. See that chair, but we got the nicer chair. Where is the nicer chair? There's like a an office chair. There we go. Rat trap, first aid station, grip bin. Okay, once that's built, then we'll be able to train our employees to be able to do a lot of random stuff around the place as well. Okay. Yep, no problem. Okay, and we're gonna go ahead and get this one. Oh man, I forgot how incredibly expensive this is. Alright, because we're gonna get that whole thing sorted. And then, like I said, what I'm gonna start doing is building part of the prison on the other side of the road. There's gonna be a lot of pain points when I first set that up, though. Getting so many prisoner reformed bonuses now. Alright, actually, those prisoner reform bonuses were enough that we can go ahead and set the last of this. Put employee doors on both ends right now. Okay. And so far, so good. Prisons up to 112. I think we're up to 8 max security prisoners, which does mean what I'm going to go ahead and do is deployment. And we're going to say that is max security only. So that should mean the max security prisoners get moved here. And then with that, what I'm going to go ahead and do is I'm going to say provide an armed guard. Yeah, because what should happen... Why do you still not have a water pipe? Got canceled somehow, that's fine. Because what should happen is anytime we have a prisoner who, like, kills someone or whatever, they should get locked into this space. Where are the people dying? Prisoners have serious complaints. What are your complaints? To see family. Or hear from family or whatever. Just family in general. I've got the visitor room. And we've literally just expanded it to allow even more. All the families who want to come are basically showing up. Okay. I think we also probably need another laundromat or whatnot. It's mostly prisoners with serious complaints, which a lot of that is, a lot of that is this. Let's see, the easiest way is to let them, is to add phones to your prison. The adding visitation facility much more effective. Mail room can also be done. Along with pet birds and video call booze. I forgot about the pet birds. Alright, so let's look at our doors here. We put a road gate there. And up here. You go through. There's perimeter wall here and here. Go wiring. Door servo. Door servo. Cool, that one should be all set up and shouldn't be a problem. And same all the way here. Okay, cool. Alright, so we're getting all that set up so that way we can expand our prison to the east. But the first things we're going to do is we're going to be adding a, the bakery as well as the as the restaurant. Prison restaurant? Restaurant for people to patronize the prison. It's a thing that they do for reformation programs, that you'll have your prison, but there'll be an area that's got public access where they have the prisoners effectively working a restaurant to get them those kind of skills. Like that's what so much is this about, is like reformation. Getting people real world skills so that way when, they leave the prison, they're not just kind of left high and dry kind of thing. That's unfortunately one thing that does happen a lot of times. Okay. Run down here. Oh, I didn't hold shift. That's fine. If I held shift, what I would have been able to do is just run back up. So instead I'm going to have to cut over here. Alright. Now I've got all those doors. So quick build. We'll put the restaurant here. Well, that's the bakery, sorry. The restaurant there. I don't even know what you're talking about, Darstrider. And my plan is to make a hallway like this one, but a much longer one on that side. And then we can put reception and everything back there. The New Jersey Basil ship? Gotcha. Yeah, like, don't get me wrong, I find the history, like, around big events and that kind of stuff interesting, that I like to go see where things happen, that kind of stuff. But I haven't ever, like, I just never got really interested in, like, individual ships or individual, like, units or whatever else like that. Like, for me, it was the event and how it impacts society and, like, where it happened, that kind of stuff was the part I always cared about. Like, it's not that I don't know any of the stuff, it's just, like, a lot of people's like, do you know what happened with this? She was like, I don't know what that ship is. It's not to say that's right, wrong, or whatever, it's just one of the things. Okay. But with this other area fully enclosed, and having multiple layers of doors and gates now going to the outside, I think it'll be okay if I do send the prisoners to this side to work these jobs. There's, to get out, they have to get through this gate, and they have to get through this next gate. There's armed guards patrolling at all times. Oh, you don't count? That's annoying. What about the hopes and dreams plus the idea those vessels represented? I guess for me, then, and there's exceptions, that I don't see a typical warship as representing like hopes and dreams. They obviously, and I wouldn't even say ideals. I'd simply say like, they were a tool that was used to accomplish a goal. That's not to say the goal was bad or anything. It just doesn't sit. It doesn't sit the same way with me. Yeah, of those who fought on them. Yeah, I mean, they all had their hopes and dreams and whatnot. But yeah, no, it's just not a thing for me. Like, not the hopes and dreams thing, but like that to me is more about location and events, but I don't know. I also come from a family from the people in my family who did serve. Generally speaking, they're they're very anti-hero worship of military. They're like, hey, I did a job, I did my thing. Like, let's don't make this to be more than it is because it's going to encourage more and more people to pick fights and all that. Like, remember the sacrifices. That's kind of the thing, but like, they very much didn't want people to be enthusiastic about military. Because like, yeah, no, people die. Like this, there's nothing good about war. Like, don't get me wrong, it happens, and sometimes things escalate to the point it is the end result that occurs. But that means so many other things have already failed. And that doesn't mean like disrespecting the troops or anything like that. Like, they go out, they serve, they do their job. Like, that, that's fine. It's just one would hope they don't need to do their job. You can do that there and there. Alright, so prison's going real well. We're working on our beds. This grant, it's just like literally we're just waiting out the clock. Like, it's done. I'm using nothing but the renewable power now. I don't like the camera problem. Okay. Alright, so we're gonna have people escalating because the radio host is being a jerk. We had somewhere a wall collapsed. It looks like we also had someone got caught tunneling. Why am I on the logistics screen now? Okay. Oh, no, it's the dog. Alright, so let's go check our outer perimeter and all that. I think that's literally the same spot that it collapsed before. Let's go. We go with the strategy of just if we keep rebuilding the wall and it keeps collapsing, sooner or later the entire ground underneath it is nothing but collapsed concrete that we're building on a strong foundation. Oh, there's another hole in the wall over here. Honestly, the only annoying part about that, maybe a single, yeah, no, in the game it's just a random event that says, okay, where's the outer perimeter? Randomly destroy it. Um, and it's just a thing that it makes it so you need to layer the walls in your prison. That way, you know, if one wall goes down, it doesn't become just this mass surge of prisoners all trying to get out the giant opening in the side of your prison now. All right, so no more of the exterior defenses there, or it's got a hole in it. But like I said, I got layers to it, so as long as you don't end up having like another wall go or some tunneling going and all that, the prisoners still can't get out. All right, so prisoners seem mostly well managed right now. Now we do have like our maximum security area of the prisoners. All right. Involved in violent incidents, committed murder 3 times within your prison, attempted to escape 1 time. Yeah, so I won't be able to get this person ever to not be maxed out. That prisoner is basically a lifer. Like my level of failure at reforming them is so horrifically bad that it basically all but ensured they will never be able to go back into society. I failed them that bad. Alright, we can go over here. I need a fire sprinkler. Stop pushing me around. Stop it. Stop. There you are. Must forgot to do that. It's gonna probably be late in causing problems. Why are you in the front? Why does that person never ever ever get where they need to be? Where is the weight benches that we had here before that the mayor made us get rid of? Oh, that's still reception. Oh man, you guards are falling way too far behind in processing these prisoners, man. You still do shakedowns every night? Almost every night. Quite frequently. It's just really difficult to put in proper ways of handling all of your sources of contraband without going out of your way to like make bottlenecks. Because there's certain contraband you can't even really control well. Like for example, why are you not having water? Oh right. You can't go through there. That's fine. Who who hurt the dog? I heard that dog yelp all the way back there. Poor dogs. They deserve way better. Okay. The amount of contraband we're finding is absolutely absurd. The big thing we're finding the most is they're stealing the weapons from the forestry. They're getting so upset about family. My visitation's been expanded multiple times. What I could potentially do to help with this. There, have a whole ridiculous amount of phones. The number of them who are going into solitary confinement all of the time is infuriating. Programs. You can do that. All right. Yeah, all you hear is just the taser going, the taser going, the taser going, just forever the taser going. Don't you do what I think you're about to do. Deployment. Staff only, staff only. Get back in here. Shared. Staff only. All right. Grant completion. Yay! Next grant. Bakery production skills. All right, so that means we can go here. All right, so this whole middle area now is just not safe for me to be in. All right. So we have a bakery, and we just have to sell some baked goods. We have to produce some high-quality beds, and we have to continue to use green power. They got plenty of kitchens going. Yeah, we have the workshop safety going. Ooh, that pass rate on our foundational education is not good. General education, we've only ever had 4 go for it, but 3 of them did make it through it. I don't think I have room for another behavioral course. That's fine. Like they're working on it. Pharmaceutical drug treatment. We'll go ahead. Still, there's nothing on it. That's the whole thing. Is I have a ton of programs going, but just with the schedules, they don't have enough time to do them all. But that's fine. We'd slowly work at trying to get all those. Oh, that's got set off wrong. That's fine. Okay. Okay. Alright, so we're building that there. Alright, we'll just get out of being in the, this middle area as much as we can. There's just so many people who need to be in solitary confinement. I have like 12 solitary confinements now. There's just that many people causing trouble. Like, you got the block of 4 here. If we scooch over here a little bit to the left, there's the classroom. I think it's one more block to the left. Yeah, I got 8 more over there. Oh, right. I never started the, fire safety training and first aid training. It's gonna take us forever to train our staff up. How did you get here? You just hear taser after taser after taser. Alright, wiring. Get the door servos installed. Yeah, it can actually stay shared there. Maybe the other side we don't go as ridiculous in it? No. I'm trying to decide how I want to approach building this side of the prison, because it's kind of a good reset point where if I want to change my layout at all, I can just do a totally different layout. So you could potentially do smaller cells and more compact as a way of just expanding the prison and all that. Alright, so let's check. Yeah, we have a whole lot of like them stealing it from like medical and all that. Okay. Doesn't seem like it ever seemed to have people consistently operating the doors. There's just no one actually working in security. No, they're there. Whatever. Okay, so let's get back in here. Get those doors put on the control panel as well. All right. So now I got this huge space over here I can use. And a journal page. So I can decide to do this side however we want. And I don't think I need a second reception room, really. I think one reception room is fine. But I am going to need a canteen over here. We can definitely start there. Put the kitchen down there. You can go ahead and take the water. Straight through here. Connect that and connect there. Yeah, so families, like, I have a whole lot of visitation. I've got a ton of phones, like a whole army of phones. We have a mailroom that's staffed. So I don't get why, like, family is struggling so much. Because that's the big thing, is these ones that are red are the issue. So we had ones that didn't sleep. That's most likely because they got in trouble and then put in solitary and all that. Food is being dealt with as we speak. Hygiene is on them. They've got showers in their own bathrooms. Exercise is actually a fair one that I have a yard, but I don't believe it's remotely adequate for what we need. I probably need another exercise space on this side for them, but we still haven't made that happen. You don't really have a good place to stick it at this point. That's fine. It might just be later we add another expansion on this place. That's interesting. Even though our power production says 9,500, it's still coding as if it's about 5,000, which I think is probably like a cap you can have on one circuit. Or it could be showing that when it's nighttime and the solar's off, that's what we'll get. Actually changed the entire layout of this. So on this side, what I'm going to do for right now is going to put the second layer. The only reason I need to do that, if for no other reason, because that way if like the wall comes down, there's a good chance we'll poke a hole through both. Because I do want to try and prevent the prisoners from just dashing out the moment anything goes. We're using the cheap fence for this inside layer. Okay. Add a staff door on our side of these, just for convenience and mobility. I saw the the sandwich. That's not typically stuff I'm going to like be clicking to look at during stream. Alright, so we got the canteen there, we got the kitchen that's gonna serve it. I'm going to need 2 more cooks. Put people to work that location. Alright. So how do I want to lay this one out? Because I definitely need to still be able to navigate this where I can keep safe. which means I still kind of have to do my like little runways thing through the whole place. I was hoping it wouldn't go that way. So I think we're going to have this middle spot here we'll start with. Now once we get that established, we can go through here and I'm going to try and make more compact cell areas. Bit more prisoners in so I don't have to like continuously expand the territory bigger and bigger and bigger. Just because eventually it'll become kind of annoying with how far I'll have to run. And make sure deployment didn't change. Yeah, we're still good. Oh, not actually good. Because I need to go staff only, staff only, staff only. Staff only. Alright. Okay, so what I'm thinking we do... Why not make the traditional design? What would the traditional design be? Are you just talking like traditional cells, like the 2x3 cell? Because like a lot of the prisons have all sorts of different designs. I am thinking about doing the smaller cells. I still want them to have the shower in their cells, because when I do the regular cells, otherwise it's always a huge pain that the shower is one of the places people die the most. Alright. So if we look at our prison cells, the improved cell has that. It doesn't really need to be that big. We can cut that out to be smaller. So the basic cell, I can shove a shower in there. 2x3. Row of cells, the walkway for the guards and inmates go through. I mean, that's the other cells I have kind of have that as well. It's just really big cells. It's probably very dangerous of me. We're going to try and go much bigger. Or I should say much denser. That'll be a back cell there. All right. So we've got that going. But before we get too caught up, I'm gonna need solitary confinement over here as well. I'm anticipating needing a lot more over here. There's 10 right at the door. All right. And these are going to be the cells you really don't want to get in. Have a good presentation? Yeah, it's been going good. Just ignore that, it's fine. And ignore that, that's fine. And ignore that, that's fine. And what is happening over there? It might just not be fine. What? 5 dead. There's 2 canines were killed. Who else died? None of the workers. So one of the prisoners died. Why are you here? You're not allowed to be here. Oh, right. We have a, gonna riot soon? So, riot doesn't necessarily happen from individual things. You're destroying a tree. Radio host apparently fired after a lot of complaints. There shouldn't be more problems. Yeah, so there was a radio host who was pissing off the prisoners that they had access to a radio. You're destroying a tree. Okay, where do I have a guard handy? Like, I've got a prisoner who's being all uppity. There we go. Yeah, no, it seems like it was mostly prisoners that died, like, unless I missed something. Because we had 1 canine got lost. But it's mostly prisoners. I'm guessing we had a bunch of snitches or something, and a really strong prisoner who didn't like them found them or something. That's the best I can guess. Alright, so we'll go here. We'll add perimeter wall on this side. Yay, we're getting civilian commerce. So many in solitary. Are we running into gang stuff? Nah, gangs haven't done anything meaningful. Alright, and no prisoners should really be over here of any kind yet. Alright, so they're building that. I love the AI in games like this. There's this giant block. It's not even built. There's nothing here. They got like 1 girder here, and they put the door in place. They're like, nope, can't go inside. The door's in the way. Can't do it. Can't do it. I got a big open dirt lot. but there's a door and it's locked. There's no wall, but there's a door and it's locked. I just can't go through. You don't understand. It's locked. What part of locked aren't you getting? All right. Okay. And like I said, this is gonna be the rough. This is gonna be the rough side of the prison. We're bringing in all like the low risk inmates. For the ones who do end up getting uppity and causing trouble and therefore lose privileges and get put in this side, it's gonna be way different over here. Because very genuinely, I expected to be dead already. Oh, I forgot to shake down. All right, we'll do a tunnel search. We won't do a full shakedown. Oh, let's not be there when they search that place. We've been getting reports of sickness from a number of prisoners. It might be worth identifying and quarantining the affected to stop it from spreading. You want me to what? You want me to lock the door? Zombie plague? No, we actually have zombie turned off. The zombie DLC was good in concept, but in reality, like the individual guards with no real weapons take down the zombies without any effort. So it was like even the worst one we had, like a couple of guards took it by themselves. Like I actually tried to have a prison kill itself with the zombie thing we just triggered and just literally removed all the guards. And the prisoners themselves defeated the zombies without any real effort. I don't think like even any of the prisoners died. So I was like, oh, it's a neat idea, but like you made it way too easy. All right, that's fine. Okay. Oh, that's a bunch of pins, so maybe they did find it. Just skipped right to using this trick. I'm not gonna sit there and have him like search like 10 times again. We'll do that. We'll find the tunnel. Get rid of it. Total infected prisoners. I have medical people. They can handle it right. Eight prisoners. Alright, so you get uppity. Oh, good. -1 prisoners are waiting for solitary confinement. I'm not sure how that works. Oh, good, it's 1 now. I got worried for a second. Just waiting for one of my workers to be available. They're building that giant cell block over on the other side right now, which is why, you know, they're not here yet. Like, that whole thing is nothing but tunnels. Oh, wait, they didn't... Oh, no, they're queued to remove that. There we go. Get some more workers in here, because they're actually taking too long. Like, we've reached the point now where I make enough money per day. Got scared when there was people fighting, and I went to cut across. There was a bunch of high-risk people. Oh, there you go. I was like, please don't make me have made a mistake and get stabbed here. Because that's the way this is going to go. Is everything's going to be fine? I'm going to go across with those paths with the wrong person, and it's going to be over. There you go. All right. Okay. Why don't you still have power? Alright, so we've got both the water. And so water's going to go on this side. And the top. You go electrical. Same basic deal. Let's see, have you played as the... Have you only played as the two wardens? Or played the others? On stream, I think I played as only the 2. No, I played as more than that, actually, on the stream. But, recently only the 2. Because this one, and then we had the default one. Like I said, this is the you don't want to be in these cells. You got uppity, and now you're here. All right. So you need to have a toilet, and you'll get a shower with a drain. That's the only luxury they have, and that's more so I don't have to build a separate shower. Wasn't there other beds? And they get a foam mattress. All right. So basically these are like the worst cells ever. The only thing giving it a positive rating of any kind is just those showers. All right. And now I'll make a reverse of the prison cell here. Now, where was that old mattress? All right, you work on that. I gotta go check what's going on over here. Okay. Out of all the wardens you played, which one do you like the most? There's one of the wardens, I forget her name, but her whole gimmick is when you find contraband, she gets like little teeny tiny bits of money per contraband found. So it weirdly makes you want to make your prison as vulnerable to contraband as possible. And to just, keep detecting it kind of thing. All right. So they're making a prison that you can see right through the walls. They have a foam mattress for a bed and are just otherwise miserable. Trying to lock up Magneto, huh? Little bit. Now the idea is all of our other cells are like super duper nice luxury cells. I'm like, you know what? Let's make some terrible cells. Because that's usually one of the things is if you have like some terrible cells, it's supposed to make it so that the inmates are going to be more prone to try and behave to not, because it has a whole thing where it'll take prisoners, and if they're stop pushing me so I can actually put these down. They actually like desire the better cells, so they will behave more to try and not get stuck in the bad cells. All right, water. The only perk I'm giving them is just that they get a shower head, because I'm not putting up with them all killing each other in the shower every day. What's a pile of work? Yeah, they're getting stuck in the doorway. Because those aren't actually labeled as cells yet, they're not staying open and closed. I mean, the only reason I wasn't doing that before is I didn't want them to... you know, rush in there real fast. Okay. So let that do its thing for a little bit. They're going to get stuck in the doors a whole lot. The guards are going to have to keep running back and forth to deal with it. It's fine. So what did you find over here? Okay. Cool. Like, this place is just straight up printing money these days, which is nice. Oh, I need more snipers. I want 2 per tower. That way when one goes on break, the other one's ready to rock and roll. Alright. And just cleaning up the ground to look nicer. I mean, it's got a private shower. This is true. But you're on a foam mattress. And the walls are clear, so people can see into your cell. Which means you can never, ever, ever have any privacy ever. Like I said, the shower, a little bit of a luxury. But I think all the other negatives more than make up the mileage. Alright. Oh, and your floor is metal grating. What am I going to have for the hallways, though? The hallways will be slightly nicer, because the guards have to put up with them. But that's just so you know, that way you can sit in your cell with your horribly uncomfortable metal grating floor barefoot, while the guard's walking on a nice, like, linoleum laminate kind of floor. Not being in your situation, I guess, is the best way to put it. You need a fun comfy foam mattress that totally wasn't moldy from the adjacent shower. That doesn't say your foam mattress directly next to your toilet and shower. There, expand our staff. Still own shower. Never been to prison, but still sounds like the best cell to me. I mean, maybe I should show you the other cells to compare with, and you can see what people are gonna be pretty upset. This is what our other cells look like. You have your own bed, toilet, bookshelf, shower, radio, personal computer, light and television. It's a cell that is more than twice the size. So it is just much nicer. The standard cell in the game is oh, I should have searched. The standard cell in the game is just a toilet and a bed. But like you still get privacy and everything. The normal cells are like studio apartments. Yes, they are. Let me guess, you killed a guard? No, I think you killed a canine unit. It's like whoever finds the hole is usually assaulted, and there's not a way to be like, no, go in pairs or whatever. Alright, so... You finished that, Gramp? Alright. The whole fog thing due to the warden mode? Yeah. Oh yeah, you can also have fog of war without warden mode. And the way it works is what your guards can see kind of thing. But the warden mode, yeah, we have the fog of war also because of that. Alright, so this is our security room. We'll move that down there. Putting our CCTV monitor up here. Okay. You're doing those, right? Yeah, prison just increased by 40-something prisoners. Okay. There's just one flag. I'll leave it alone for right now. Just the sounds of those tasers popping. Alright, so they do need a yard. Where is yard on here again? There you are. It's not going to be much. Very specifically and deliberately, it's not going to be much. It'll be mostly reclaimed rubber. And a running track. And all of the lights. Alright, someone else died today. Someone escaped. They killed the foreman. Those jerks. Foreman's just trying to do their job. It's acting like this person's still causing trouble, but they're in medical. So clearly they got knocked. No, I don't want to be here. Let's make sure deployment's correct. Staff only in this area. Okay. Alright. So as people start causing trouble, they'll end up getting put over here. The thing is, at this point, like, I'm just printing money. It has massively expanded our prison to the south, so I have a giant area down here now. Like, the problem I think is going to happen is eventually the prison's just going to get too big that just running around is going to be a chore. That, like, when something goes wrong on one side of the prison, you spend the whole time running there. Okay. Like, for the moment, I'm just kind of like, alright, well, maybe I'll just keep buying up land. Because I'm waiting to see this pick up and see how that goes. Alright, oh, we finished another one of the things here. Take self-sustaining, I guess. Can you have more than one surveillance room? Yep. Yep, I don't believe there's a single room in the game that you're restricted to just one. Okay. What is the room quality on these? The room quality is 0. I do find it amusing that it's -1 because it has no windows, despite the walls being glass walls. Like, do they expect me to put a window in a glass room? Just, you know, that way you can see out, of course. You wouldn't want to not be able to see out of your room. Get the pair of metal detectors in there. I got tunnels up here somewhere. Now over here I don't feel any need to put in a surveillance in this area, because I've got 3 different guards that are supposed to be in this area at any given time. Between an armed guard, a canine, and a regular guard. And then all the walls are glass. So if anyone starts acting up, going like that, need to rest my eyes. Thank you for the cozy and Diablo for free place to relax. Enjoy the rest of your team. All right, Enoch. Sorry, Enoch. I hope you have yourself a good rest of the evening when you go to rest your eyes and all that. Hire farm worker staff members. Okay. Where are you, farmer? There's a death today. I don't know how to do that. Alright, so let's go to our farm. I believe it's over here. Oh, I am not in a safe place. When did this get destroyed? Okay, so wants me to pick up a bunch of the bags of fertilizer. All right. I guess I'll have to plant new plants. All right. So that's going well. They're getting all that planted. You got all the fertilizer down. That should get it. Okay. No. Okay, I need to remove weight benches from the yard. Fine. The yard should be here. I'll have to go in here to be able to see the weight benches, won't I? Why is no one working the door control? Like, we've got the spare guard manpower and all that. Okay. Now the real question is, realistically, could I literally just copy this entire cell block here and just duplicate it? I think I could. The kitchen would be a little janky. You know, I could, probably not the way I originally intended to, but I could literally just put a whole second cell block like this. And have it go in. Now, granted, it's a little worrisome that this is what, let's see, 8, 16, 32, 33 cells. It's a little worrisome that I'm ramming 33 prisoners in there if I just copied as is, it would be 66 prisoners rammed in that tiny little room. And that's how you get a riot. Because if anyone kicks off, there's a whole lot of people there to pile in. But I could see, if we put the next canteen just over a smidge, that we could go ahead and do that. Leave this spot here in the middle that I could put something else there. Alright, let's quick build, custom, clone. Alright, so let's plan. Path, gap. Let's see. Gap, path, gap. So right here, I could put a door there. Wait. Yeah, no, that's right. The fence is included. Yeah. I was like, wait a second. That doesn't look right. Demolish that section of wall. Demolish that section of wall. Then go here and say we would like staff door there and there. Oh, gotta go over there and deal with that real fast. I forgot to do my my shakedown, so we're just doing a tunnel search real fast. How bright is this lovely. Okay, so there's an actual tunnel there somewhere, so let's give that a moment. I can't stay away too long from the other side of the prison, though, because those are going to become cells, and it's not a conclude. Like, it's enclosed in the sense that they won't go and escape immediately, but they'll wander through ways I don't want them wandering through. That's fine, I'll worry about that later. Alright, we got another pin for... It's usually the only reason I feel I absolutely have to do this thing here. Where you plunk down a toilet where you know that there's the tunnel. Bird is getting kind of big. Yeah, I do think... I'm going to try and push this to see how far I can go. I do think this might end up being the last stream of this prison. Because it's now getting to the point that traversing the prison is becoming kind of a chore. And it does look like, other than just bringing in a ton of legendary prisoners or something really over the top like that, that we are kind of just in not a bad place. I kept figuring what was going to ultimately happen is I'd just cross this this spot, and it'd just be like right then my... Don't follow me. Alright, so let's get back to what we were doing over here before we got interrupted by all that. Put the doors here. And we can quick build. All right. And what is considered the correct way for them to travel between these? I think we just put a path right here. Alright, so they're getting all that built still. Lock that open. Alright, so now I need to get the utilities through all this. Okay, there shouldn't be any prisoners in here because it's not an actual prison area yet. The prison area under construction. You can honestly just cut the whole way across. Okay. Now I can go over here and say paving stone. Yes, please. And over there. And over here. Man, how much did they build that it went from like 150,000 to nothing? Did I have a bunch of like prisoners cause trouble? Is that what happened? Where's financial? No, it's just literally I've spent that much money today. All right. Alright, so bear with me for a moment. I'm gonna grab myself a new drink, and I'll be right back. So thanks so much for everyone who's been tuning in, who's been lurking, chatting, following, subscribing to the bits, hosts, the donuts, and the raids. It all helps, I really do appreciate it, and I do hope you've enjoyed the stream so far. And I'll be back in just a minute.
Hi, burning sign.
She's being weird. She's literally going, hi, 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 hi. I'm like, what are you doing?
No, it wasn't on. It wasn't on the microphone. You can't prove it.
Get a room.
We're in
Like,
a room.
was it something from a show you were watching or something?
Hi, El Caso. No.
Okay, it was just randomly her just going, hi, hi, and just like, what is she doing?
No. I would never be that silly.
Oh, absolutely, you
You
would.
didn't record it. You can't
There's
prove it.
there is zero question about you being that silly.
Mm.
Chat has seen you before.
No.
Chat knows. You're not fooling chat. Alright, so the question is what building I put here. Oh yeah, I still need a yard, didn't I? Well, sucks to be them. I think our prison's expanding, considering we're expecting 33 prisoners tomorrow. Wait, Tomb being silly? I would have never guessed. Alright, you know what we're gonna start doing? Alright, do I need to do more bureaucracy for this? Oh, shakedown. Because I don't have a whole lot left we've not done other than just make prison bigger. Oh, they actually literally had to sell exactly what I was hoping for. I thought they already had an execution room. Oh, it might not show up yet because I haven't, I haven't done the bureaucracy for it. I wonder what the unmanned searchlights do. I mean, I assume it's searchlights, like, but like an unmanned searchlight, like if I just put out there, does it swivel? A revolving light that is active during the night helps you spot misbehaving. Stop moving my stuff around. Interesting. Yeah, so I think we are going to actually bring in Death Row. And I'm going to put the facilities for it here, which I believe I'll need a parole room or two and then the execution room. Mostly because I'm tired of it telling me I can add this. And because we've made all the other rooms really... Like, looking at my list of rooms... Like, we don't have a morgue, but it's kind of useless. We had the padded stuff if we did the people having psychiatric difficulty. But... I don't think we disabled the criminally insane. I think it's just literally because the prisoners are being so well kept that they're not having that. Because otherwise what ends up happening is they get stressed out. Some of them will ultimately become criminally insane. Now you can bring them in manually and that works, but... eh. Here comes 37 new prisoners. Ooh boy. Gonna overwhelm this place with numbers. Oh, that also reminds me. Oh, you already got job set. Advanced farming. Assign 10 prisoners to work farm. Purchase either a drip pipe or outdoor sprinkler. Purchase a compost bin. Overproduction. Sure. Do you need more guards now? I don't need to add more guards because I've got plenty. What I do need to do, though, is actually deploy the guards. Because I grabbed extras on the last time I hired guards. One other thing to do is schedule. One, set that here. Okay, to put a guard in the canteen at the time that they're in the canteen. What I don't know is if I need a second kitchen right now. I probably do. That's fine. I'll just keep shaking it down until I find it. You should not be going through here. I just walked by my most dangerous prisoner in the prison because that got unmarked, and that got unmarked as staff only. That could have very well been the end if that person was not in a good mood. Because it'd have been like, stab. Oh, like this game looks confusing? It's actually not that bad. Like, you're looking at a prison that we're basically at, like, super duper end game and all that, and on a challenge mode. So it's not representative of what you typically will see much of. Why is all that way? But, generally speaking, you have just a couple of core buildings you're required to make this work. It's one of those games that you only need a couple things to actually make the game work. But you can kind of keep going, but more. So if I run over here real fast, all you need to really do to start your prison is you need a canteen, you need a kitchen, you need you need a utility room. I think reception technically you don't need, and a holding cell. Is the map mega huge? It gets bigger and bigger. Like, if I go over here, I'll have to walk outside of the perimeter I have here. So I walk out here for a moment, and I go all the way over to the edge here. You can buy to expand the map more and more. And it can get to the point that you'll eventually start having performance problems by how large it lets you go. Like, it gets pretty unwieldy. Why are you all concrete? Did I, like, really just mess up when I went to place that some earlier? At some point I must have misselected what I want and just placed it along all of this. Okay. But think of it as kind of like if you ever played a game, like one of those games where you build like a resort or a hotel or whatever, and you got to keep your people happy, or they stop coming back or whatever. Any game that's got kind of that mechanic where you got to like keep people happy in general. It's like that, except no matter how happy you make them, if you give them the opportunity, they will try and run away and escape. Because it's a prison and they don't want to be here. So it doesn't matter how nice you make it. If given the chance, they're going to make a break for it. How are you doing on your research? You're getting there. Go ahead and just research everything. Except the legal prep. Because, like, if we look at our needs down here, for example, it shows all the prisoners' needs. Now, the only ones you have to handle is food, sleep, hygiene, and exercise. Sorry, food, sleep, hygiene, and family. I believe the only really, truly 100% necessary ones. All the other ones, if you ignore them, they can become a problem. Yeah. Yeah, the good news is it's one of those games that the story for the game actually does a good job of walking you through stuff, because it'll be like, oh, here, we had this prison. Oh no, oh darn, oh gosh darn it, this building got damaged. Here, you build a new one. Nice. Oh, you built that new building. Well, it looks like we're gonna get a couple more prisoners, so we need you to build a couple more cells. And like, it will literally be like, here's where you put the walls, here's where you put a bed to like make a cell. It's like, all right, good, you did it. Now just make 20 cells however you want. So it does a pretty good job. I imagine some of the new mechanics they've added over the years might not be in there, but most of those are like the existing game plus. All right, let's shake everyone down. So let's have our guards search absolutely everyone, every bed, every closet, everything. Find the contraband. Just could do. Well, no, we'll wait. Because we almost have Death Row unlocked. It's also helpful in that when you go to build a room, you can actually click in the room, and it has like all the different rooms in the game. Like I said, there's only a handful you need. But like if you put over your mouse over like kitchen, it says an area that cooks to prepare food for prisoners. And it'll say, all right, to build this room, you need to put a cooker, a fridge, or a tall fridge, and a sink in it. So you just need those 3 pieces of furniture, and then it's valid. You can do that with like the staff room, it'll list it, and every single room will have that. But like I have stuff here for the criminally insane. I'm not using that right now. So like that's just there. I didn't bother building a gymnasium. I don't have like the cage or the fight room or whatever. We have almost all the DLC. So like there's all the DLC stuff in there that's not base game. All right. So now let's see if I go here. If they do have the execution room, because we've unlocked Death Row. No, it doesn't show it. That's fine. So rooms. That should be a new room that we could build. And I think that's like the last room we didn't see. Where are you? There you are, execution room. It just needs to be indoor and have an electric chair. Look at all that contraband. That took a while. Yep. I mean, the prison's getting real big at this point. All right. They'll put a door on it. Make a walkway for it. I'll run power directly to it. Where are you? It's fine. If we set the room, the game does have a thing where when you do this, it'll try and highlight like stuff appropriate for that room. Is there any bonus or penalty for death row? It is another type of prisoner you can bring in your prison. The catch is the way death row works in this is kind of like in real life that, someone is found guilty of a very serious crime and they're saying like, all right, they've determined that the sentence is death, yada yada yada. But you're given time to appeal it. And so you consider and say, hey, for the crime I committed, this is like a highly inappropriate punishment, this is not just, this is not sound, and you can appeal it that way. You can, go for a criminally insane appeal, which wouldn't get you out of prison, but they'd be like, hey, it would be inappropriate to give this person the death sentence. You get the whole thing. Well, you can't just like take any prisoner and shove them in the chair and say zap zap, it's done. Like there's you bring in a prisoner who has been like who has the death sentence, and you have to take care of them as a prisoner as they go through their entire appeal, like the entire appeal process. And then if they fail to successfully appeal, then, you know, you have to lock down the whole prison, you know, in the evening, do the execution. And they don't do like a big fanfare or anything like that, which I'm very thankful for. But it's just kind of a thing. And then, you know, then it's done. Now, if they do successfully appeal it, it now means you have a maximum security prisoner in your prison. So it ends up giving you a lot of really, really, like, high-risk prisoners if they successfully appeal it. And there's nothing you can do to make or break their ability to appeal it, kind of thing. Like, they'll either do it successfully or they won't, and that's just the way it is. A lot of you are really upset. You have to figure out some way to help with the family thing. Alright. So the next thing I need is rooms. I can't remember if you use just a regular parole room. I think you just use a regular parole room. I know it's the same furniture as a regular parole room. Oh, we had someone die in the prison today. There's a point when you get to a certain size, you cannot realistically prevent deaths. With the exception of sometimes there's ways you could cheese it by having, like, permanent punishments, keeping people at maximum suppression at all times. That kind of stuff. And even that can be tricky. Okay. So, programs. Yeah, they're all still training. Death row appeal. And then with all that, we're going to change our intake. Let's see. A list of all categories can be delivered to your prison. The pool size, based on total number of prison delivered to category. This number will grow depending on target ratio sliders. Yep. So there's no death row inmates currently available. And that's probably because I don't actually have program set up. Yeah, I can't schedule because I don't have a room available. All right, Foxmouse, you have a good one. Well, let's check. Did I lose any staff when that person died? No, it looks like... Doesn't look like my staff count went down any. Probably a parole officer, unfortunately. Let's see. Ever try an area is like... Ever try an area that is like prisoner of the month, that as much luxury as you can to manage your one... Oh, that'd be kind of fun. Have like just the one like... super duper swanky, like it is a canteen for just one prisoner, it is a yard for just one prisoner, you know, it is like the nicest cell you can possibly imagine. I wonder how you'd enforce that. Like, I could see that you'd have like your super duper nice cell, and then all the surrounding things would be for protective custody, since that's not a default thing that people get set to. And so what you'd do is, whatever prisoner got assigned to the one cell, you'd put them under protective custody so they could use all those things and no one else could. I think right now we just have a whole lot of people overdosing because they didn't do a shakedown the other night. Alright. Let's take that off the schedule. Alright. Can be outside work at... Okay. Can be done only once every 4 days. Oh, did I just add one to parole and then drop it off parole? So we got 3 for 6 a.m. Okay. Shake down. Alright, so what I'm trying to do is I should be able to... Oh, yeah, I'd have to enable criminally insane. I don't want to deal with that right now. Yeah, so the issue is right now there's no one available in death row. The other inmates require a specially designated death row cell before they're able to be transferred to your prison. Death row intake also takes a lot slower than regular intake. You won't always get to increase the death row pool. These inmates are few and far between. Alright, that's right. I forgot that you get like almost no death row people. But I have to make like special cells for them and all that. Like I can't just assign a cell to death row. I have to make like their own section. Quick build. Of course you're that big. Oh, we got someone who's digging a tunnel. All right. I saw the tunnel mark, but I guess not. We have 19 prisoners up for parole. You passed it? I mean, it says we have 170 cells. I'm guessing it was just a temporary mark, saying that a dog detected one, but it didn't find it. Like it's like the dog dug in a spot and like was signaling that there's a tunnel down there, but didn't find the entrance. Because you only get to reveal it if you find the entrance. Below a toilet? Yeah, but it should have an even number of cells. No, yeah. There's gonna be a bunch of people getting really uppity because of radio host. Why are you out here? You're looking at when you got the call. I got the call around here somewhere. There. Huh. I'm surprised I have an odd number of cells. Oh, and there's another one here. That's why I have an odd number of cells. There was 2 of them. Yep, no, I got them both. Just a mail satchel hucked on the floor. Yeah, I know how I'm gonna do the death row thing. All right. So we're going to go here. Quick build. Because outside of like a super duper duper large prison, that'll be more than enough death row. Like they're not kidding when they say you do not get many of them. Which is a deliberate decision by the devs. It was a thing that they used to do a kind of a podcast. It's like every week or every month or something. that basically that like say what they're working on and all that. And when they added the death row, they were like, they didn't want it to be like some big thing that everyone went over the top of. They didn't want to make like a whole big publicity out of it, and so they opted to greatly limit the number of prisoners you'd get because that's one, realistic, and two, would make it so you couldn't just make a prison that was like an executions like place, just mass kill off the prisoners kind of thing. Which again, I really appreciate that they went that route. Because when they were talking about adding it, I was like, oh man, there's so many ways they could do this that'd be real bad. Well, even like Texas kind of thing, like even stuff like that, it's not like they go through killing off, several dozen prisoners every day or anything like that. It's still relatively infrequent that kind of thing happens, or like that they do it. But yeah, they wanted to make sure it wasn't too ridiculous over the top. They didn't they wanted to make sure they included it, but they also didn't want it to make it like, some meme thing that people would do or whatever. Alright, second prisoner died today. Or second person died today. I got a lot of people misbehaving over there. That's what that camera's telling me. Alright, that's saying put the weight benches back. So, this isn't the way I normally build prisons at all. Get out of my way, you're gonna get me killed. Oh my god, prisoners, please. Get out, I have the keys. Get out of my way. There. And I appreciate it. Because otherwise, like, the death row would become kind of a meme like the whole organ harvesting thing in RimWorld was for a while. Where it's like, haha, look, I can, mass kill all the things. People show up and you just take all their kidneys and livers and, all their organs and whatnot. I mean, you can. You get like a lung. I think you get a lung, a kidney, and then one more organ, and then they die. But it's a whole meme, or like the cannibalism thing where they go out of their way to make like human leather cannibal farms. So I'm glad they went this route versus making that quite as bad. Where are you, guards? Now, death row inmates do work entirely different than the other inmates. I just realized I double-walled it, but I'm going to leave it. I don't care enough. And what that's going to do is they'll just stay in their cells other than when they're doing their appeals. And that's just the way it'll be up until the point that they either successfully appeal or they don't. If they successfully appeal, then obviously they're no longer on death row and they go into your regular police or your regular prisoner, population. If you do execute them, well, then they die. Because, that's what happens when you execute people. All right. Okay, sorry about that. Cause of death, he died. He tripped. You saw nothing. There are no canteens accessible by the cell. Prisoners will have no... There's a canteen right here. Cause of death clipboard. Okay. Alright, it is smart enough to not try and give me extra prisoners that I can't take. And you get a payment of 15,000 if you're taking a legendary prisoner. Which the whole gimmick is just like the legendary prisoner. It's like this person is so incredibly dangerous that you can have it, but like seriously, you're gonna have a bad time. All right. "65 prisoners want more free time. Prisoners all want one thing, not to be in prison. While we can't give them that, we can make their stay a bit more pleasant with plenty of free time." Hey, what do you mean? When I look at my schedule, my regimen, they have 8 hours of free time if they're not working. But isn't there... Oh, I thought for a moment that one of these was like a mix of free time hour. I can extend your work shift if you want. Here, you want more free time? I'll give you more free time. Congratulations. You got yourself 1 extra hour of free time. Or work, depending on what you're doing in my prison. Hey, Habris, it's going good so far. I mean, we're kind of at a point, like, I could keep just building out the prison. Like, which is what I've been doing. But, like, we've kind of built everything. Like, it's just expanding the prison to expand the prison at this point. Yeah, that's the thing. Like, I can make it bigger and bigger, but I'm already having a thing where it takes me so long to cross the prison now. That's kind of becoming a pain. I need more people to work the laundry. Like, we went from our super nice large luxury shells to just really packing them in with this kind of thing. I'll need to set up prison fast travel. Yeah. So now we've got ourselves some really dense cells here. Really dense, terrible cells. The warden should get a golf cart. I agree. Basically, like, free time equals work time. More free equals more productive. Brilliant. Yeah, I mean, it says work or free time. I mean, it's up to them if they want to be, not working during that time. Oh, looks like tomorrow we're probably going to get a death row inmate. Yeah, and also I noticed they had the hard limit that you can only have 1 appeal per 4 days. Well, considering the person was killed with a fountain pen, I'm going to go with it was probably a parole officer, considering none of my people are dead. Well, that's the second death. That's concerning. Still none of my people are dead. Probably someone who's much more dangerous, killing a snitch or something like that. Does working have any benefits to prisoners? So the prisoners will get a little bit of money, and they can spend that money at your prison shop to buy things to, fill their needs, like luxury items, that kind of thing. Whereas normally any luxury items they'll have will be confiscated because they're not supposed to have them. If they buy it in the prison's shop, it'll be different types of items that are okay. Alright, that says those two are still acting out. Let's go. Where did you go? I guess they were acting out, but then got released as they were acting out. Yep, a whole lot of people getting injured. And meanwhile, I'm going to go up here just because I can. And go more bigger. Do the biggering. And I honestly don't think I've ever had a death row inmate act up. Like the entire time. I think it's just one of those things that you put someone in death row and they just kind of stay in their cell until it's time for the appeal. There's 19 prisoners up for parole. I am going to need to make more parole rooms. Because so many people are getting paroled right now. "20 prisoners are up for parole." I guess that makes sense. I did take an influx of like 80 prisoners in like the course of a couple of days. Because we just expanded our prison that much. Okay. Alright, shakedown. And that's the reason why I just like, I'm gonna stay here. Oh, here, I'll zoom in so that those blinking that fast isn't a problem. Yes, I'm deliberately staying in this way. That way, if they kick off and like there's a group of like 8 or 9 of them, and they take down the guard, they don't manage to get to me. The number of max security prisoners we're up to now are gradually climbing. If they're up here, it means they murdered someone. because I don't take them in, like, I'm not taking them in normally, which means they are doing that. I'm getting a little concerned by how many gang signs I'm seeing on them. Do we have an officer? No. No, I guess it's only one more. Oh. I didn't even realize we had already gotten that. Alright, so we'll do short-term investment. Cell block B got unassigned somehow? That's fine. We've almost got it. Knocked out. I am just hearing tasers popping all over the place. Yeah, sorting out hygiene. Dear prisoner, let's see. You can facilitate this by adding some free time or yard time to your regimen. Prisoners will also facilitate this meal more specialized need, either through farming, fight clubs, or the cinema room. I didn't realize there was a cinema room. There's a cinema room? There's no cinema room. Our first prisoner for death row has arrived. We'll need to make sure the death row appeal program is set up in the parole room so that they can have their appeal hearings. Yep, we're already ready. Now it's getting a little spicy in the yard. Okay. Yeah, there's so many who had the family need just not being taken care of. I think it might even be with the work free time that so many of them are in programs during the work time that they're not taking care of their other needs because they're busy working. Like I shouldn't say working. Work is one of the things they could be doing, but rather they have, all these things that they're trying to do, like get their kitchen safety, their workshop safety, foundational education, behavioral therapy. Oh, we can add another thing for pharmaceutical treatment. That's enough people. Alright, so we don't have an extra room for Alcoholics Anonymous. Or group therapy, or whatever you want to call it. Man, we have so many parole hearings, and still just not even keeping up. Putting our queue of spiritual guidance on there. Okay, let's see if we take that last extra hour and just make it straight up free time. How well that works. If that'll help them with their needs, that they'll go run over and use the phone or whatever they got to. Oh, someone died today. Is it a staff member? It is! They killed one of our guards. Yeah, it's because of the radio broadcast that's making the prisoners all agitated. 684 things, 85 things of contraband found in the last day. Rest in pixels? Yep. Not allowed to go through there. Don't do it. Let's see if we can go for 1,000 things of contraband found. So I have 177 prisoners, and we just crossed 700 units of contraband found in the last day. It actually went down below because it went up and then time passed or whatever. Oh, there's a death. I'd expect that. Yeah, it's one of our canines. Probably caught a person with drugs and the person did not respond well. Okay. Radio host is apparently fired. Okay, so now they shouldn't be all uppity after that. They've got, you know, just about 40 prisoners related to solitary confinement, 7 who need lockdown, and a bunch who are hurt. It's fine. Surprisingly, not a single person tunneling. Look at the violence. It is as it should. All right. I'm also expecting to get the message about a teacher shipping in contraband with just how much contraband there is here. I'm like, okay. That's more than people just finding it. Why are 3 of you rammed into the same... What? What am I seeing here? Look, I'm down to make a pretty messed up prison, but like, I'm a little concerned by the fact that they're like packing you into like sardines in solitary confinement. That's not how solitary confinement works. Yeah, the game is struggling. An incident unearthed issue highlighted potential issues, security checks, coming from family visitation in prisons. Until the process is properly reviewed, all visitation must be suspended. You have 12 hours to remove all visitation rooms from your prison. Oh, that is not going to go well, because family is the one need that my prisoners are getting the most upset about, and that is the main way they take care of it. Screw you, Mayor. You're a terrible person. Where's this visitation room? It's over here somewhere. We're just going to go like this and say, well, what if you didn't get to see your family ever again? And my guess is a snitch. Or I don't know. You're just murdered by another prisoner, so that is what it is. It looks like our death row inmate successfully appealed. Because we didn't get far enough to execute them, and I don't have them, and they do not leave their cells by themselves. So yep, so we got ourselves a brand new maximum security prisoner. Oh, we got a tunnel somewhere. So it's like, I feel like this is some like messed up radio station where it's like, oh darn, we have our host. He's saying all these inflammatory things that are really upsetting the population, really riling people up. Oh, that's all right. We fired him. It's okay. We saw he was getting out of line, causing lots of trouble. So we got rid of him. We fired him. But don't worry, we got ourselves another one who's just as bad. Because, oh boy, those ratings were paying bills. People listen when they're pissed off. Alright. I have so many prisoners up for parole, and I just cannot facilitate the amount of paroles. Got 24 prisoners up for parole. With my current number of parole rooms, I maxed out my amount of paroles I could do to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 10. Deny that crap? Deny parole? No, parole's money. I get paid more if I parole. Delay? Oh, delay? I mean, it just goes by itself. Like, when they have the availability, they'll take it. That's the thing. I don't have the availability, so they're just going to sit there not paroled for a long time. Riot underway. You're free to defend yourself from violent prisoners. Emergency. Riot police. Alright, we learned this the last time. Not to fast forward while this is going on. Because last time I thought it was nice and safe in my little wall, and then immediately got shanked by someone moving at lightning speed. So the first thing I'm doing is we're going straight for the armory. Because I don't know about you, but I would much rather have a shotgun than a clipboard. Plus, Well, that's not what you want to see. Where are my SWAT? Oh! How'd you get through the door? I was busy focusing on one of the prisoners over here had a shotgun. Edward over here. I was like, oh, I may not want to go there. How did you get through the door? Oh, he probably stole keys. He must have stolen keys off of one of the people that got killed. Well, that was Rita's go. I mean, I figured that was probably coming. I'm just surprised they managed to get a hold of the shotgun already. You take that so well? Oh, it's no big deal. I also figured, like, this is probably going to be the last stream of it, because we were getting to this point where I was just building more cells, or, like, wasn't new stuff to unlock. I'm like, oh, I'm just making it bigger. So yeah. I'm just wondering what happened to my, my Riot police. Because they never... Wait. Okay, it won't let you do it. Alright, that's interesting. So if I'm in this mode, I can't use a Riot produce. You seem to have run out of blood. Yeah. So, I mean, I'm pretty happy with how that went. We did, what was it, like 2-3 streams of this? We got our population to just shy of 200, and I could have gone much higher. Like, I'm sitting on 100,000. And I burned a bunch of money just to unlock stuff. We had, like, Death Row going. We had picked up a bunch of gang members and maximum security people. We could have certainly had a prison that was way more. I'm glad that happened at least right before the ad break landed. The ad break happened like seconds after I died. So at least there's that. Yeah, but I got basically what ended up happening is I kind of tunnel visioned on Edwards over here, and I was trying to see what was happening. I was trying to see what was happening here. I assumed that they're shooting over that way. I thought about going back to play Roots of Pacha. I wouldn't be against it, but we finished the entire story. So it'd be like literally just grinding money for the sake of doing that, which isn't necessarily a bad thing. But we did finish the game. That said, so it's not quite time ready for me to wrap up stream or anything like that, but we are dead, and I'm definitely not starting a brand new run of Prison Architect right now.
Thank you YTJGear for subscribing for 4 months. Grats on the good run. Now I have to wait for 6 ads to finish.
Well, I mean, you shouldn't have to wait now. You got a Prime Gaming sub. If you don't see it, which you won't hear this, you'll hit refresh and it should fix. Anyways, so thank you, White Jaguar, for the Prime Gaming sub. You only get one of those a month. I used it here, and I really do appreciate that. I do hope you enjoyed the stream so far, and you enjoy your now advertising free viewing as well as access to the emotes, so thank you for that. And yeah, I know the ads suck. It's Twitch these days. It's just what it is. That's one of the things that kind of gets curious about recording stuff for YouTube. It's like, you know, if I pause so that the ad can go by on YouTube, like, they're waiting for me to pause when there's no ad, and then they'll get their ad, and it's just, sorry, Twitch is my main platform. Sorry, it's what it is. Be mad at them, not me. I can't do anything. But what I am going to do is I'm going to stop this because while this has been a blast, this was Warden Mode Permadeath Prison Architect.